Hey guys, welcome to week 3. I just wanted to give you a little lowdown of this week, and also I'm going to answer some of the syllabus questions here that I got from you guys, just so that everyone is kind of on the same page, because I think some of the questions really do help to answer questions for everyone that maybe you didn't submit it, but you might still be confused. But first off, week 3 is up. If you're watching this video, you've obviously been in it. You'll see that the task list, I added some red markers on the end, and you'll see that is an approximate time you might spend on an assignment. Now, if you know that you work faster or slower, then you can adjust that. If you're a slow reader like me, it takes me longer to get through articles to read, but this week is a lot of videos, so those have set times if you need to watch them a couple extra times. So know that that's what that is. I'm going to try and do that more often, just so you know at the beginning of the week how much time you're going to need to commit to doing those assignments. But obviously still read them and kind of internally decide how long it's going to be to complete it. This is just kind of my expectation. Other than that, we are doing ankle foot taping this week. You'll see that the videos are associated to just reviewing a normal ankle tape. If you weren't at a lower extremity sport in the fall, and maybe you're just now thrown out to basketball at the high school, it might be good just to review that and practice. I would like you to take some time to come in, use some of our tape, ask your preceptors if you can practice there, and you can always come and get tape from us and take it home to practice. So there's a couple different tape jobs that I put, but you're not limited to what kind of tape job for the assignments. And I also have a kind of a reflection or a look back at some of the ankle injuries you've maybe seen so far in that assignment. So make sure you check those out. Other than that, I'm going to spend the rest of the time talking about some of the questions that you guys addressed. One of them was about surgical observation and what it is, what you're supposed to do. So basically, this past week, we went through the aseptic training, you did the quiz, and hopefully got all of that completed. You're submitting the sheet. I'll take that sheet, I'll sign it, and then we'll get that to Mercy Ortho Hospital. And then after that, you're going to use some of the resources. I added those names to that surgical observation folder that you can contact them to schedule. You should have gotten some kind of information from Alan if you didn't have everything you needed done in the My Clinical Exchange, but you should all be approved to go for 5 hours of surgical observation, and that's all you have to do. Once you get it scheduled, then you will just show up. They should give you all the instructions and the scheduling of where to go and who to talk to when you get there, and then you're going to be in the OR. You're going to be in the operating room with some of our orthopedic physicians, and I don't know what you're going to observe. There could be a number. It just depends on the day, what is on the docket and what is on the schedule. So you might see some ACL repairs, you might see some a joint replacement. Even in one of mine, I saw some fusion of a spine, which when I went in undergrad, that was a popular thing for the orthopedic that I went to see. So there's a number of things you might see. If you feel queasy or you don't like blood, which if you don't, you might be struggling in this profession. But if you don't like those things, make sure you come talk to me. If you think it's really going to hinder your ability to go, that you might faint in the middle of it. But I think these are things that we can get over and you should be exposed to in case you ever decide to go down a path of being an athletic trainer in a physician office or ortho assist. Or you have a patient that you observe surgery, which I've done multiple times with my patients, and it helps them feel better if I'm there. It's a familiar face for some physicians that they might not actually know. Some of the other questions were about the IPE conversation. So that is in conjunction with other programs on campus. Starting this week, you will have those available. It's in that community tab on your Blackboard. It should become available early this week. And yes, I'll set some reminders, but you will function inside that, and there will be somebody assigned, whether it's me or it might be another professor within our our college that will give you information about when you need to do things. But I attached all the documents for timelines, and it's really up to you to have that conversation and schedule a meeting time with your group and get that done. But I'll try to include reminders in those weekly tasks. Let's see. Some of the other questions about surgical orientation. Week 2 was your surgical orientation. You did the aseptic training, and that was it. And there won't be, we used to have an online video that kind of told you where to go, but that is no longer available. It got lost in a big data purge, which I'm so sorry about that. And those surgical hours can count towards your normal hours. It says it can count towards your IPE hours. That is just old language. I'll correct it. But it can count towards your normal hours that you need to get in the semester, the 210. So make sure you add those, and if you need somebody to sign off of them, all of the athletic trainers that are at the ortho hospital have an account, but if not, I can sign off on those. And then so being at the high school can be hard to get your encounters. Now, encounter really can be anything. It can be taping, it can be maybe just even an interaction. If you do a short eval or you provide a little bit of treatment, that can count. Of course, anytime you do a really good eval, please log those. But it's a good idea for us, log what you're doing on a normal basis so we can see what it actually is represented at that high school. And that's the point of encounter logs. Not only does it help you kind of reflect on what you did that day or that week, but it also gives us an idea of what you're actually doing at the high school, because we have an idea, but that doesn't mean that's actually happening. So a little bit of it is data that we can collect and help train our preceptors in the future that maybe they need to be providing more experiences. On that note, if you don't feel like you're getting the experience you want, if you want more evaluation, if you want more treatment, I encourage you to ask your preceptor. Ask your preceptor and tell them that your goals this semester are to do X, Y, and Z. And can they help you? Even if it's mock scenarios, maybe you and another student get together and put on a mock scenario, or your preceptor can help you find those opportunities, and maybe it is hanging out with the school nurse to get some gen med experience. I don't know. So make sure you communicate with your preceptor. Don't be afraid. And if you have any questions or you feel like you're not being heard at your clinical site, please reach out to me or Alan, and we can help you get through to them and help you have a better experience. But do not wait until it's too late, right? So if you guys have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to shoot me an email. But I hope you have a good week and enjoy this week's kind of review content.